Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening. To you we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. Basically what we wanted to go into was having that sincerity in this truth, man. Because in this truth, you got to be a real, actual, genuine brother, man. See, if you're playing a part, if you're being a hypocrite, which in the scriptures the word hypocrite goes back to being an actor, you're not actually in this truth for sincere reasons, guess what? Eventually you're gonna get kicked out, man. Because this truth, why do you think brothers always say in the beginning of their videos, when they say shalom, they always shalom to the brothers that are doing this in sincerity and in truth, man. See, there has to be about the ones that are actually have that unfeigned faith, man. Which that's the title of this lesson. You see? So this is 2 Timothy 1:5. It says, "When I call to remembrance the unfeigned faith that is in thee." And this is Paul writing to Timothy, right? And it says, "When I call to remembrance the unfeigned faith that is in thee, which dwelt first in the grandmother Lois and thy mother Eunice, and I am persuaded that in thee also." Which really the point is that what? That Timothy had unfeigned faith, man. And when you go into that word for unfeigned in the Greek, it's the Greek word anopokritos, which means unfeigned, undisguised, sincere. So when you have this, when you're in this truth, when you have this faith, it has to be sincere, man. It cannot be a fake. You cannot be lying about it. There's no way you could lie about it, man. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he does what? He weighs the actions. Matter of fact, this is let me see. This is Jeremiah 17 and verse 10. It says, Jeremiah 17:10, "I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings." So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, he searches your heart, man. So he knows ultimately if you have what? If you're being true, if you're actually being sincere, or if you're just a fucking liar, man, straight up. You see? Oh, Khan, let me see. This is Jeremiah 17:9. "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?" So, man, your heart, it's desperately wicked, man. That's also another reason why you have to be sincere in this truth, man. Because, this flesh, it could trick you in so many other ways. But if you're not being sincere, guess what? You're going to fall to those ways, man. Because guess what? If you're being sincere, if you're being of a contrite heart, if you're in this truth for actual true reasons, guess what, man? The Lord is always going to provide you with a way out of that situation, man. You see? Because he sees that what? You have a mind towards faith, right? And without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High, man. If you're constantly, guess what? Somebody that has faith, they're going to be looking for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai 10 times more, man. Somebody that doesn't have faith, guess what? They're just going to fall to the ways of the world. They're not going to be sincerely looking for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Man, you got to do this with sincerity and the truth, man. You see? You got a scripture?
Con, Matthew 5 and 27.
Con, this is Matthew 5 and 27. It reads, "But I say unto you that," or it says verse 27. This one?
Con.
It says, "Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her has committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right hand offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And it has been said," or you want that's the point? Or you want me to keep reading?
Salakia, that was the wrong scripture. Salakia, I'm driving. I had the Romans. I think it's Romans.
Oh, Romans 2 and 22.
Con.
Salaki. It says, this is Romans 2 and 22, and it reads,
Yup.
Romans 2 and 22. Thou sayest a man shall not commit adultery. Dost thou commit adultery? Thou that abhorrest idols. It says, dost thou commit sacrilege? Thou that makest thy boast of the law, through breaking the law, dishonorest thou God? For the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written.
Basically, you got to be sincere in this truth. If you're telling somebody else to not commit adultery, are you doing those things, man? Are you telling brothers to not eat pork, worship Christianity, Catholicism? Are you doing those things? Are you just putting up an act? You know?
Right.
You got the longest beard. You got the most gemstones out of every brother, right? You got the best garment. But are you sincere in this truth, man?
Right.
Well, the scriptures say you got to clean the inside before you can clean the outside.
Right.
Right? So, in order for you to be in His truth and the Lord to deal with you, you got to be sincere, man.
That's right. Your mind has to be in the right place, man. And that's why, that's why it even says in Peter's to gird up the loins of your mind. You see, because somebody that isn't girded in their mind, they're not gonna know these things, man. They're gonna see adultery, and they're gonna be preaching against adultery and all these other things, against sacrilege, against worshiping idols. They're gonna be saying all these things on the line, but when it comes down to them, they're doing it, man.
Right. When the cameras are off, Salah.
Right. When the cameras are off, right. Hey, matter of fact, that still goes to that. You can still use that Matthew 5 that we just used, man, because the Lord is saying it was said of all time that if you commit adultery, so on and so forth. But if you're already doing it in your head, in your heart, which your mind is your heart, hey, man, you're already going off, man. You see, that's why it talks about cutting off that part of your member, because guess what? It's better for you to cut off that part than for the whole body to be cast into hell, man. See, sometimes we just have to cut certain shit out, man, because hey, certain things are holding you back from fully committing to this truth, man, and you don't even realize it. That's why the truth, the scriptures talk about this, man. It says, examine thyself whether you be in the truth. Let me see, examine. Let's see, it says 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. So you have to examine yourself whether you're in the faith or not, man. Because if you truly have unfeigned faith, that's sincerity, right? Matter of fact, let's go into the etymology of sincere. There's an etymology for sincere. It says pure, unmixed, unadulterated, free from pretense or falsehood, whole, clean, pure, uninjured, unmixed, genuine, true, candid, truthful. You see, hey, and this truth is all about what? Well, we just said the truth, man. So, and first and foremost, hey, like the scriptures say, you had to not only be hearers of the word, but doers as well. When you hear this word, hey, you got to do it too, man. It's not just about, oh yeah, I believe in this, but you're not doing anything, man. Nah. You gotta have that unfeigned faith, man. If you truly sincerely believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, then that's gonna cut you, man. You're gonna feel cut when certain things come inside your mind, man. Or matter of fact, you're gonna cut it with the scriptures, right? It says back in 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahweh HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates? And a reprobate, guess what? Guess what, man? That's an immoral person. A reprobate person, hey, when you look it up, it says how it's somebody that's not part of the elect, man. It says reprobate, rejected as worthless, disapproved, rejected, condemned, right? So, hey, man, that's somebody that's morally depraved, unprincipled. You see? One, rejected by God, person given over to sin. Hey, man, you don't want to be that person, man. Somebody that's unsincere, somebody that doesn't have that unfeigned faith, that true sincere faith, they're going to be given over to sin, man. Because ultimately, they don't believe in this word. You see? When certain situations come their way and they're fucking up, Instead of taking heed to the scriptures and applying the scriptures, they just give into the ways of the world. Fuck it, I'ma just go off.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's not unfeigned faith.
When the MOTB comes out, they think like the people in the world. So what they gonna do? They're gonna take the R to the F to the I to the D.
Yup.
C help.
That's right.
They're not gonna resort to the scriptures.
That's right. This is John 4:23.
That's yep.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. So, it says, verse 24, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
So they that worship him must. I remember that word "must" in the etymology.
Let's get it.
Because it says you must. All right. It says Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And spirit and in truth is being sincere. All right.
Let me see. This is the word, the Greek word. Do you want the etymology or the Greek word?
The etymology, if you could.
Must. Let me see. Must. It says, be obliged, be necessarily impelled, have to be able to. It says to be obliged to, have to. It says take appropriate measures, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says let's see, let's keep reading. It says new wine, let's see.
It says you have to. You
Yup.
know? So in order for you to worship the Lord, you have to worship him in spirit and in truth, man.
That's right. It says it is the Greek word, it says it is necessary, there is a need of, it behooves, is right, proper, necessity brought on by circumstances or by the conduct of others towards us, necessity in reference to what is required to attain some end, a necessity of law and command and of duty, equity, necessity established by the counsel and decree of God, especially by the purpose of which relates to the salvation of men by the intervention of Hamashiach, and which is disclosed in the Old Testament prophecies. So, this is exactly what we need to be doing. We must worship him in spirit and in truth. This is the necessity, this is the standard, and this is what we're supposed to be doing if we truly want to obtain salvation, man. If we truly want salvation, man, then necessity has been laid upon us, and woe unto us if we preach not the gospel, man. This is what we had to go through. It says what? It says what? Concerning what Hamashiach was destined finally to undergo, his sufferings, death, resurrection, ascension. And that's what Yahushua must or had to go through for us to what? Not only receive the comforter, but to receive salvation. So we must go through these things, man. We must worship the Father in spirit and in truth. All right? We have to. We had to have that unfeigned faith, man. If we don't, guess what? The Lord is going to spew you out his mouth, man. Because you're a liar, a hypocrite. You're literally, man, you're going against the truth ultimately. And ultimately, the Lord hates hypocrites, man. That's why he cursed out the Pharisees. The Pharisees were putting all these things on the people, but they never did the shit that they were telling people to do. They had the longest fucking fringes, the longest garments, were sit at the top seat, but they were fucking going the fuck off, man, leading people astray, man.
They would pray outside, man.
Right.
When it goes against the scriptures, just so what? They could be praised the men.
Right.
So it could look like they're the men of the Lord.
Right.
But the true men of the Lord are gonna follow what the Lord say, man.
That's right.
You know?
They want to be seen of men.
Yeah.
And ultimately, if you're in that spirit, man, you're going the fuck off. Because, there's one thing to be proclaiming this truth on the highways and byways, which was commanded by the Lord. But guess what, man? You're out there, you're proclaiming the faith, so on and so forth. But when it's in closed doors, you're going the fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
Shit.
Hey,
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Most camps don't even push faith. They push the law. And they're the ones
fact,
that go off the most.
Yup. There's a scripture that says that, man, because our we're not gonna be justified by the law, man.
That's
People
right.
gotta know that, because if you think that you're gonna be justified by the law, hey, you're fucked, man.
True.
You have no covering. Now you think that you're gonna be justified by the law. This is right here, Galatians 2:16. This is about to cut the fuck out of anybody that says that you gotta keep the whole law, man. Because yes, we do have to rehearse the righteous acts, but guess what? By faith we establish the law, man. Just because we have faith doesn't mean that we're not gonna keep the law.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we're also gonna keep it to the best, to the most perfect, man.
Right.
We're gonna keep it to the best, but not to the perfectly. That's where Yahushua comes in, man. That's where the faith comes in. Knowing that Yahushua, hey, matter of fact, let me just read it. Galatians 2:16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach. It says, even we have believed in Yahushua Mashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of Hamashiach, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. Hey man, anybody else want me to read that again? Because look, you people really think that you have to keep the whole entire complete law.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua did that, man.
Right.
And we're gonna be justified by his blood.
Right. Calm.
All right, that's where that faith, that unfeigned faith, comes in, man. If you truly sincerely believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, then you know this is our way out of here, man. You know that Yahushua is the key to get the fuck out of here, man. You have. That's why you have to be sincere in this, man, because Yahushua knows his men. Hey, hey, Yahushua knows exactly who belong to him, man. All right. Let's read it in the NLT. Let me see. It says, Galatians 2:16. Yet we know that a person is made right by God by faith in Yahushua Mashiach, not by obeying the law. And we have believed in Yahushua HaMashiach, so that we might be made right with God because of our faith in Hamashiach, not because we have obeyed the law. For no one will ever be made right with God by obeying the law. So hey, there you have it, man. You could try to follow the law to the best of your ability, but guess what? The scriptures say this, man. If you offend one,
right,
you offend the whole thing, man. Let me see if I could get that right here.
Yep. And that's why we take pride, so to speak, when other camps call us faith-based Israelites, because we are faith-based Israelites, man.
That's right.
And they're saying that like if it's something wrong with it, man.
Right.
When this whole thing is based off of faith, man.
That's right.
And the mercy of the Lord.
Hey, you other camps make your boast about the law, but hey, we make our boast in the Most High, man.
That's right.
Our boast is in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, man. Your boast is in the law. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai gave you the law, dumbass.
Right.
And not only that, Yahushai is written in the law, prophesied to come, that we were gonna follow him, man. So what the fuck are you people talking about, man? You people do not have unfeigned faith, man. Your faith is insincere, and it's gonna be proven to be a fucking lie, and all your followers are gonna come against you, man. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is gonna destroy you other fucking camps, man, because you're lying on Yahushai, saying that he didn't do none of the miracles. Some of y'all are saying that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Some of y'all are saying that MOTB is white women or sin or whatever the fuck you're saying. Hey, you people are fucking through, man.
Yep.
It says James 2:10, for whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. So guess what, man? Guess what? If you kept the whole law, and you people are so much about the law, right? But you went to go pick up some sticks on the Shabbat, hey, you better kiss that goodbye, man. Because the Lord killed, hey, there's literally in the Old Testament, a whole account of a man that went to go pick up sticks on the Shabbat, and the Lord killed him, man. Don't you know that breaking the Shabbat is a sin unto death, man? Hey, that's why we gotta have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Because if we were justified by the law, all of us would be dead right now, man.
Hey, is not America filled with sodomites right now? Are they not supposed to be stoned to death?
Yup.
How come you're not doing that?
Right.
That's in the law.
Right.
Now we don't push that, of course, right? We're in the land of our enemies, man. We're in captivity. So again, we cannot keep it 100%
Right.
because we're in captivity. We're in this flesh. All right. So come on, man.
And if you
There-
people,
yeah.
right, if you people are keeping the law 100%, right, and supposedly, you know, you're keeping it down to a T,
Right.
then why aren't you doing sacrifices when you go off then?
Right.
Well, where's your sacrifice, right? Because obviously your sacrifice isn't Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai, that's the
Damn.
ultimate sacrifice.
That's right.
We're being covered by his blood. So where are the bullocks and the lambs and the doves and the turtle doves that you're supposed to be sacrificing to the Lord for the sin that you commit, man? Since you're keeping the law down to a T, right? Since you're the almighty Israelite, right?
Hypocrites.
Right. You people are gonna die, man.
Actors.
You're not gonna be justified by Yahweh Shai, man. That's why you gotta have faith, that unfeigned faith, man. You see? So with that, you know, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash.
double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone taught us this truth. Shalom and abba.
Abba, Abba.